Hi, my name is Maria Rebozo-La Pine, coming to you from our new Cafecito Time con Equality Health Studio with my special guest, Cindy Quintero, Community Impact Director at the American Heart Association. Cindy, thank you for being here with us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
As you can see, we've made some changes to our Cafecito Time and are kicking off season 3 with a new talk show style format and shorter on-demand segments to fit your busy lifestyle. In this segment, Cindy and I will be talking about heart health and ways to keep our hearts healthy. Did you know that according to the American Heart Association, more than 116 million people in the U.S. have high blood pressure? That's almost 50% of the population. 1 in 3 Hispanics or Latinos and 1 in 6 children are diagnosed with hypertension. That's why it's so important to know how to help prevent heart disease and what to do if you or your loved one has been diagnosed with heart disease. Cindy, you saw the numbers. That's amazing. It's an impact. Can you tell me, how can we improve our health to prevent heart disease?
Yes, of course. So going back to your numbers, yes, they are very alarming. But fortunately, there are many things that we can do to reduce the risk of getting any heart disease. And as a matter of fact, we can reduce the risk of heart disease by as much as 80% simply by changing our lifestyles. And so what does that mean? It means eating better instead of eating out, focusing on eating at home, incorporating fruits and vegetables, adding lean proteins like fish, beans, and nuts, and also making sure that we are being careful with the amount of sodium and sugar that we are consuming. So perhaps instead of eating a cookie every time after dinner, we all love our sweets, maybe incorporating a sweet fruit, and then during the day snacking on fruits and nuts, making sure that we are constantly eating something healthier. If we're drinking soda, instead of drinking 3 sodas a day, maybe we limit ourselves to maybe 1 soda a day. Obviously, it's better to not have any soda at all, but we understand that little changes can make a big difference. And if we don't like water by itself, maybe adding some cucumber or some strawberries to give it a flavor so that we're more inclined to drinking it. Another thing is getting active. So what does that mean? Being up, moving. It's recommended that we do 150 minutes of physical activity a week, but we can break that down into 30 minutes a day for 5 days. And this can look like anything that you like, that you enjoy doing, that it doesn't feel like a chore. So maybe walking your dog or taking the kids to the park, dancing if that's something that you like, taking classes, whether it's at home or at the gym. And obviously if we have a gym membership, going to the gym. What matters is getting up and moving and making sure that we're getting that physical activity. The other thing is managing our high blood pressure, our blood pressure, especially if we have high blood pressure. So it's very important that we know our numbers. And how do you know your numbers? You get checked. It's very important that we get checked at least once a year, and this can be with our medical provider, or it can be at a community fair if you're out and about and they're measuring your blood pressure. If our blood pressure is any higher than 120/80, it is very important that we contact our medical provider and that we get that checked. If we have been diagnosed with high blood pressure, it's very important that we take our medication as prescribed. And again, if there's any changes, that we keep that constant communication with the medical provider. The other thing is quitting smoking or vaping. We know that smoking is the #1 modifiable cause of death, and smoking tobacco can cause our blood pressure to rise and can damage your arteries. So if we are smoking, we do highly encourage that you quit smoking for your heart health.
You mentioned some really important tips here. You said eat healthier, right? But that doesn't mean that I have to give up my tortillas and my beans and my tamales, but it's portion control, right?
Portion control, yes.
You talked about physical activity. It's just starting little things, right? Well, it's just a start. Let's start today with some small physical activity. You mentioned going to, walking your dog around or dancing, which is something that I love to do.
Yes.
But you also mentioned to make sure that we see our physician. right? That we see
Very
our doctor,
important.
we see our provider, because that is important. They are the ones that are going to know us, they're going to know what's normal and what's not normal in our health. You also mentioned, maybe going to the gym. I just wanted to share with you that some of our health plans actually offer some discounts for gym and for some activities. So make sure that you check what your health plan offers, because there's a lot of benefits on there. Thank you so much. No, I have a question from one of our members, from one of our community members, that wanted me to ask you, what are the warning signs of heart disease in women, and how are they different than men?
That's a really good question, actually, because for women, the classic signs of heart attack, like sudden, intense chest pain, might not happen to them. As a matter of fact, it's instead of heart attacks in women, they may start out slowly and mildly. And some of the symptoms can include a fullness or uncomfortable pressure in your chest that comes and goes away. So it's not constant. You feel it, it goes away, it comes back. Or pain or discomfort in one or both arms, our back, our neck, our jaw, or our stomach. So you can see how it's a little bit of everything. And also shortness of breath. And so what does that mean? That sometimes we think it's just us being tired. Maybe we had a rough day, we were running errands, and so now we just feel a little bit out of breath, or, oh, my jaw hurts, oh, but maybe I've been clenching it at night because I've been stressed out. And so a lot of the times we don't pay attention to these symptoms because they're little, they're mild, and they sometimes happen for days at a time. So it's very important that as women, we know our bodies and we know what is wrong with us. If something's not normal, then contact your medical provider, because more than likely it's not okay. And so if you have any symptoms of these, including cold sweat, nausea, vomiting, or lightheadedness, then you should really call 911 and get that checked out as well.
Yeah, once again, right, we're saying go see your provider.
Yes.
A lot of the times we think that these are normal things, things that we feel every day just because we're women, but they're not necessarily normal. Go to your doctor. Just schedule an appointment today. Do a wellness check. A lot of them don't even cost any money. Remember, you are the heart of the family. If you can't take care of the family, who will? So we need to take care of ourselves, right? I want to thank you so much for being here today. I think the information you provided is so valuable for everyone listening here today. So let's take a moment and set an appointment with our doctor, eat healthier, start a physical activity, because one person diagnosed with heart disease is too many if that person is you. And be sure to subscribe to our new Equality Health YouTube channel so you'll know when our next Cafecito Time video is ready to be viewed. Thank you so much. Thank you for being here with us.